Good morning, Trucker Todd here. Today I want to talk to you about Ascent Logistics. Let's revisit them. A few weeks ago, I did a very critical video where I had basically criticized my contact that I had worked with there and expressed a lot of frustration towards them and Roadrunner Freight in general. Now it's been a couple of weeks. We're not quite at the 90-day mark, but we're getting really close. And so I just wanted to update you on Ascent Logistics. And then I'll do another video about how things have been going at Roadrunner lately. And then in a couple of weeks or so, we'll do a 90-day review of Roadrunner Freight. But let's get into today's topic. Before we do, I want to remind everybody, don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video on your social media platforms so that you'll receive a notification when I put out those videos that we just discussed. When you hit the subscribe button, then a little bell will appear, and it's that bell you want to hit so that you'll be notified about future videos. All right, so Ascent Logistics, what's happened lately? I'm still pulling a lot of freight from them. Terminal freight seems like it's been slow. Everybody tells me it's not, but I've had trouble finding a lot of loads out of the terminal lately, so I've been doing what they call a backhaul or broker load. Now, I'm not going to mention the guy's name because I don't have his permission to do it, but just so that we know who we're talking about, let's give him the initial Z. I'll call him Z in this video. Z saw my last video where I was critical of Ascent Logistics, and since then, things have improved greatly. It's not perfect, but it's 1,000 times better than it was. And I'll give you an example. The other day, I picked up one of these backhaul broker loads in Grand Prairie, Texas. It was a load of concrete, and I sat there 8.5 hours total to get loaded. Now, I think 5 or 6 of it was actual detention time because I did arrive early for that appointment. Z was right on it. He applied for detention and all, and was very proactive, calling, trying to get me in, things like that. They had had a computer crash at this place, and unfortunately there wasn't anything that could be done. It was just kind of one of those deals in trucking that'll happen from time to time. So anyway, I got loaded, started driving, and it was supposed to be a two-stopper. It was supposed to go to Odessa and then to Lubbock. So I get over to Odessa, and of course they're closed because my appointment's the next morning at 11. And I'll look at the paperwork, and I should have done this earlier. This was a mistake on my part. And the paperwork didn't match up right. It did show the final destination, Lubbock, but they had changed the delivery place to Abilene. Well, I'd already passed Abilene on the way to Odessa. So I went to Abilene and got unloaded the next morning there and then went to Lubbock. We'll get to that part. But anyway, Z contacted them and got me, we believe, paid for the extra stop and for the extra mileage. And he was real proactive in this deal and a big help. Now, when I got to Lubbock, I got unloaded, and he said, submit this, I'll get a new rate con, all that, which is the sheet that tells you what it's going to pay and all of that. That would be the one negative. This, and in another case where I had detention, it took a week and a half for me to get the detention previously, and it was only $30. This time, it's looking like it's going to come next week. Since Monday's Veterans Day, I'm sure I won't hear nothing till Tuesday or Wednesday. But it's going to miss the Sunday cutoff for payroll. Well, these additions that he's got added on there, we estimate are going to be somewhere to between $500 and $600 of additional pay. So I'm not saying it's his fault. I don't know whose fault it is, to be totally honest. But there's $500 or $600 that should be on my next paycheck that probably won't be there. And I'm a little disappointed about that. I'm not sure who he or I could call to fix that. But he has turned out to be a really good asset and a good guy. And I may have jumped the gun on my previous video, criticizing him and critiquing him the way I did. Those may have been somewhat unfair. At the time, I was really, really frustrated about a lot of things. I still am really, really frustrated about some things. But as far as Ascent Logistics goes, they've done a pretty good job. And I just wanted to put that out there. So anyway, guys, I'm sorry it's been so long since the last video. I've been super, super busy. But I'm going to try to get back to posting more regularly. And I just want to thank everybody for watching. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. And I'll also have my email down there. And we'll talk to you on the next one. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Happy Veterans Day, everyone.